It's time for Cigar Talk, the fastest growing cigar show in the nation. Whether you're a new cigar enthusiast or a cigar aficionado, we have something for everyone. Bringing you the best interviews, cigar reviews. So grab yourself a cigar.
It's time to light 'em up.
Welcome back, Cigar Talk. I'm your host, Rob Jones. We got Bryant Falconer in the co-seat again.
Ain't going with that dude.
Dude, let me tell you something. Like, you don't even know how appreciative I am
He
of
went
you.
the buck in.
Of you, dude.
How?
Because, I mean, dude, you've been here a long time.
Just as long as you.
I don't mean here in the building. I mean on the show.
Yeah. I appreciate
You know what?
it, man.
Maybe you're not as good as I thought you
See,
were.
that's what I'm trying to stop doing that. We don't like that. I don't like that,
No,
man.
dude, I'm just saying.
I understand.
We were talking about earlier, guys, and this is the commitment that both of us have. We have literally recorded a show on a Saturday night and then recorded it again on Sunday. And then on Monday, I call Bryant and go, hey, man, what are you up to this evening? He's like, nothing. I'm like, can you come over and record? I don't think that was good enough. So, I mean, we want to deliver the best possible show.
That's true.
And I'm sure we fall short of that often. But we try.
Yes.
And so we do that because we love the community.
Most definitely, man.
I mean, you guys are, I mean, if you listen to the show, you're in the community.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
a part of us.
Right. So, I mean, when you look at our community, there's no other community like it.
No.
And so you're going to do your best to make it even better.
Because, people take time out of their days to listen to two men ramble on for about an hour and a half about what? Most of the times we sit back and like, man, did we even do a show? And what was it about? And people love it because it's just us being genuine. That's what it is. This is the way we talk every day sitting in this place, man.
Yeah.
Every day.
And the camaraderie that we have here is the same karate.
There you go. LeBuckian.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
No.
Sorry.
And then Larry over there. Ha. No.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you very much.
No.
Larry backing me up.
Stop.
I thought somebody was going to hop up and do a move.
No. Let's move on.
Okay.
All right.
He does that well because otherwise I'm like Karate Kid movie.
Yeah, rabbit hole.
Kung Fu.
Bruce Lee.
Let's
Chuck Norris.
Let's go down a rabbit hole and
keep going.
Yeah.
And keep going.
And he's like, reel it in.
Let's go.
Reel it in. Sorry, guys. Okay. So tonight's a special show. What?
I was thinking about the rabbit hole. You go down. I'm like, Lord, please.
See, I'm going to have to edit that out.
Okay.
I won't.
No, you won't.
But I need to. It's like,
man.
You know what? People who listen to this show, they take us with the good, the bad, the ugly, and we supply all three.
All the time.
But tonight's going to be a special night because we are going to talk about a lot of bourbons.
This tape is full of bourbon.
Yes.
It is.
It's beautiful.
Everybody's walked in and dropped a bottle.
And one scotch.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about the scotch. No, talking about the scotch.
All right.
No. You know what? We like that as a scotch. Right. So we have some special guests in the lounge tonight.
Yes,
We've got Rustin and is it Kara? Wow. Okay, cool. I got one. Huh? Oh, the Kara. Wallace. And I thought it was Willis.
What you talking about, Willis? She sure did. Kevin.
Who was saying that?
She did.
I did remember. Yeah.
He doesn't. He don't remember that. Kevin, yes.
Every day's a new day. Anyway, I'm excited about. I'm smoking the. Now, have you had any of these, Brian?
Not the new ones. No.
These are the McAuliffe Collector's Box Edition, and this Vitola just knocks it out of the park. I've smoked several of them. I think day before yesterday. Well, it's going to be one of my pick six, so I can't tell you. Sorry. Shut up. I'm going to reel you in, and then I'm going to say, sorry, can't tell you.
Can't tell you.
But anyway, great show tonight. We're going to talk about bourbons. We're going to talk about cigars. And earlier, we'll talk about this. Now, let's just go ahead and lay it out
Lay
there.
it on out there.
Bryant, we recorded the show earlier, and it didn't work out.
Yes.
And Bryant said it was a no-go. And you know what? That was the first time ever that Bryant said, hey, that's a no-go.
That's a no-go.
And so I trust this guy.
It was not up to our level. And we're not perfectionists, even though Rob tries to be, but it was just, we have people that expect a certain, level from us, and we have to deliver on that. We have to deliver on it. So he was like, nah, bro, that ain't going to work. That's not going to work.
Yeah, and Bryant said on a scale of 1 to 10, he likes the show to be at least an 8, and he said this was a 0.25.
Yeah, tell the truth. It was terrible.
So,
Terrible.
I had just started drinking.
he wasn't in his form yet.
Yeah.
And then I tried to do a blind taste test on him. And I gave him a stick. He cut it.
It's in the ashtray.
He cut it. Perfect cold draw. He lit it. Great light. He said, but I ain't going to be smoking this too soon. I was like, huh? He said, yeah, in a few minutes it's not going to make it. I was like, what? So he took about another. He got, I'm going to say, not even an inch into the first third. And he's like, nah, this ain't making it. I'm like, why? He said, because it dried his palate out.
There's certain tobaccos or certain combinations of tobaccos that I can puff on them like 2 or 3 times, and my palate is like,
dried up.
And I'm like, well, I'm not going to enjoy that. I'm not going to put myself through that.
Yeah. And because of his performance during that time, I was like, it was rather gut wrenching. I was like, nah, bro, that ain't going to make it. That ain't going to make it. He's like, really? I was like, nah, it's not going to make it. So
we added some funny stories.
Yes.
I don't remember what they were.
When do you remember? Tell me, when do you remember?
Dude, I put so much information in here for work every week. Whenever I'm not on work, I don't want to remember nothing.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Unplug, let it go.
Let it go. Move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
So, the cigar you gave me, tell him what it was.
It was the Warfighter dumpster fire.
And when he told me that, I said, yep, it's definitely a dumpster fire for me.
Yeah, that's definitely a dumpster fire. I was like, damn, for real? He's like, yeah, no, it wasn't good. I was like, okay.
Love you, Jay.
Okay. So we moved on from that.
And we're recording at the Leaf.
Almost definitely.
And if you haven't been to the Leaf, dude, you're missing out. If you're within 100 miles, you got to come by, hang out, smoke cigars. If you text us or email us, a little
earlier,
time in advance, there's a good chance we'll come smoke with you.
Tell the truth.
There's lots of people like Batch that he's like, hey, I'm going to be in Abilene in 15 minutes. You want to smoke? And I'm like, dude.
I'm in Killeen.
No, I'm like, dude, I'm busy. I'm working. So, yeah, he's like, I need at least 24 hours.
At least.
At least.
And send a text so he'll remember.
The day of.
Yes.
Yes, I do require the follow-up. So, I probably shouldn't even tell this story.
Oh,
okay?
Lord, here we go. Here we go.
So,
I'm sorry.
Everybody,
my preface, folks.
Everybody knows. Well, maybe everybody doesn't know. Rojas Cigars.
Yeah.
So, with Rojas Cigars, I've been smoking a lot of those lately.
Yes.
I've been digging them.
The number 8.
And and then what was the other one? 48? The Sumatra. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, after smoking a bunch of his cigars, I reached out to him and I asked him if he would come on the show, and he was like, yeah, cool.
I know this story.
So anyway, I went on vacation, and I happened to be enjoying my time on vacation, consuming some really good bourbons pretty regularly. And so Tuesday...
Can you change that to consistently?
Okay, I'm down. But anyway, I was like... On Tuesday, I was like, you know what? I need to make sure I can look and see when Rojas's interview time is. That way I don't miss it. So I'll double check. I'll even set an alarm. So I went and looked, and it was the day before.
Yeah.
So I had missed it.
Totally.
So I sent him a message. I felt like shit, but I said, Noel, I missed our interview time. I'm so sorry. It was the first day of vacation, and I started drinking early and just completely missed it. Hope you can forgive me and give me another opportunity. His response was, LOL, no worries, brother. We have time.
See, that's great.
I was like, dude.
That was great.
You know what I mean?
Being transparent, telling the truth.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say, yeah, my grandmother had hip surgery. Well, they had to dig her up first.
To do it.
You know what I mean? It's like, who's got time for BS?
Tell the truth, man. Just be real. Just be real all the time. All the time.
And you know what? You'll find that the more honest you are with everybody, they don't get shocked or upset when you tell them because that's what happened.
Yeah, and then they know who you are. So they expect that. They're like, oh, yeah, that's Rob. So at least he called. At least he told me, you know. But when you're not transparent, you put yourself in a position where you have to do things that are not conducive. Like, we've been on the air going on. It'll be 3 years in December. Correct? 4. It'll be 4 years in December. Wow.
No. 18, let's see, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 4
years. 4 years. And in that 4 years, there's never been an opportunity or an instance where we have had to be unoriginal or not transparent. We've told everybody the truth the entire way. And that's what people expect from us.
And when we have what some people would see as like something that's going to go into drama, we cut that shit right off at the knees because it's like
immediately.
And let me tell you, for me personally, to get to a point in your life where you just tell everybody the truth is at a time when you get to the level of I don't give a shit what you think of me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like
just me.
I'm me, and I'm not trying to be.
I'm not trying
whatever
to change
it is.
You.
I don't know
change me.
Right. You know. And that's where I am politically the same. It's like, I want all my rights. I want you to have all your rights. And as long as you don't mess with mine,
we good.
I don't mess with yours, life is good.
Yeah. Move on, bro.
Did I tell you I'm starting a new party?
No.
Yep. So, you know, there's the elephants.
Yeah. And
the donkeys. And now, you know, there's rhinos. I'm starting one called the hippopotamuses.
First of all, it's called the what?
Hippopotamus.
Because you didn't say that the first time.
I'm pretty sure it did.
No, you said hippopotamus.
That's possible, but you get the idea. I'm working on a logo now.
Of a hippopotamus.
Yes.
So they're going to be the hippos.
No, the hippopotamuses.
Yeah, the hippos.
No,
just
hippopotamus.
You got to say the whole word.
If you can't say that, you can't get in. That's like, you know, we're going to have an interview process.
So how many LeBuckians are going to be entered in?
And along came Jones. So, anyway.
With the hippopotamus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't picked the color yet, though. You know, no. That's girly. Oh, I thought you said pink.
I did say pink.
Oh, yeah, that's too girly. I'm thinking all black.
I knew this was what you was going to say. I knew that's what you was going to say. I just know you, dude. Like, his color's going to be black.
Dude, it's like, not only am I cool, I'm a badass. You got this black hippo sitting up there.
I'm a hippopotamus.
Hey, and he's smoking a stogie. I mean, we're going to get some votes from some cool people. We may not get a lot of votes from a lot of people, but that is going to get some people.
You are something else, man. You are something else. But that's you. Hey, I love it. Let's roll with it, baby.
All right,
Let's roll with it.
So, before we jump into our, regular show, the Pick Six, the Bourbons we're going to talk about tonight,
Yes.
we're going to sneak in a guest. Let's talk about a couple of our sponsors. We got Case Elegance.
Case Elegance.
If you need a humidor, you got to order a Case Elegance.
Almost definitely.
I mean, you can get one that's way more expensive that's the same quality, but if you want to spend around the same and you want quality, Case Elegance is the way to go.
Almost definitely, man.
You get more than you pay for with those guys.
Because it's a quality item. They make sure.
Dude. You realize that's what Eddie said in Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
if you don't mind, if you tell me how much that set you back, that's a quality item.
Yeah.
Sorry. If I hear a quote from vacation, I'm
You
like,
running with it.
boom, I got
Running
to
with it.
acknowledge it and go with it. Anyway, Case Elegance, they make the baddest ass humidors. They got watch boxes. They got man stuff.
Man swag,
I mean,
baby.
they got like a leather binder for
Man swag.
journals and stuff.
Yes.
And
Watch
so,
boxes.
check them out, man.
Yes, sir.
And then you got Tabanero cigars.
Oh, come on.
I mean, 2 people at this table are
Yeah,
smoking
smoking
Tabanero,
Tabaneros.
and when I'm done with this one, there's a good chance I'll be smoking one. I mean, last year was my cigar of the year.
Yes, it was.
And
Yes, it was.
so they just keep cranking out quality control, best smoking cigars out there that I've had is like right up there exactly with McAuliffe. And they both test draw their
Yes,
cigars.
they do. Yes, they do.
And then after the break, we'll be doing the McAuliffe Minute.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to tell everybody what the answers were
To
from
last-
last week's
yeah.
show. I'm going to have to look it up because I don't remember what the question was, but I'll look it up before the break, and then I'll be able to give you the answer. Oh, and you know what's funny?
What's that?
So on the show for the question last week, you don't even know what it was. It was, what's the big chicken in Atlanta?
Huh.
They have this giant, I think it's like 67 feet tall. Chicken that's, quacking almost.
Quacking?
Well, I know, but you get the idea. The mouth is opening.
Yeah.
And then the eyes are like rolling.
Okay.
Anyway, when I asked the question, apparently the guys told me what it was, and I forgot to edit that out. So everybody should have had the right answer, but not everybody did.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Listen to the show, people.
Yeah, don't
listen to the show.
if you skip to the contest and then don't listen to anything else, email me and I will send you a pocket full of cock.
We just lost it. We just lost it.
No, I'm kidding.
We just lost it. Damn.
That's something. That's Dahmer.
We tried.
Not gonna eat these.
Oh my goodness, man.
You said the last show was too boring. I wanna
This one is definitely not going to be.
God, spice it up a bit.
Ooh-wee.
You said we were at a .25.
Yes. We are at a 35 right now and streaking.
Oxygen is thin.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway,
Oh my goodness.
check
That's my
out our
30,
sponsors,
man.
guys. They support us.
Yes.
And so if you check them out and, support them, it's like a big circle.
Most definitely. Circle of life.
That is so better than what I was going to say.
Here we go. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, man.
So
I try to keep us on.
Well,
Okay. I try.
You threw the bait out
I
there,
did.
and I didn't take
I'm
it.
sorry. He thought about it. I was like, well, I can't let that just go.
I'm not going to say that, but
Okay.
I am going to bring it up.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Anyway, guys.
Oh, Lord. Pick 6, man. Pick 6. Pick 6. Pick 6.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do it. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Larry's a special effects man tonight.
So, anyway, let's jump into the pick 6. And hey, tell everybody what you're drinking.
I'm drinking Basil Hayden, baby.
The bourbon.
The bourbon, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, artfully aged, as they say. Artfully aged. This is 80 proof. Oh, man.
I was going to take a pen and put an F in front of the.
Artfully. I'm glad you didn't get it. I'm glad you didn't get it.
It's like, who has a damn pen? Nobody has a pen
Good,
anymore. You
good.
remember when everybody carried a pen? Now no one carries a pen. I got a phone.
Not
Well,
a pen.
hey, does your phone write on this paper? No.
Oh, my God.
Phone can't do everything.
What are you drinking?
Oh, in fact, I killed the bottle.
You did.
The Bullet Bourbon. It's, what does this say here? Frontier. Frontier whiskey.
He's got it in his face and he still can't read the word. He's like, what does that say? Frontier whiskey. You can't see that?
It was all blurry. I was like,
yeah, he killed the bottle. Oh, my God.
Anyway, you've had it.
Yes.
I think that is a rock solid bourbon.
It is.
I mean, it's like $30. Mm-hmm. And what's the proof on this? I don't even know. 90 proof. I mean,
in that wheelhouse.
Barely.
Yeah.
Like, I usually prefer 100 and up.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what is different about this bourbon is a lot of the bourbons that I drink from the 90 to, say, 95, 96 are like super smooth, very little burn. I don't get a lot of tasting notes from them. But with this, I do.
Yeah.
Because even at 90 proof, they maintain a burn that would be, to me, like 100 proof.
Okay.
And it's not as strong as what I normally drink.
Gotcha.
So you're getting that same burn that you like at 100 and up, but only 90 proof.
And with all the
so
flavors.
So you can drink a lot more.
Oh, God. I did not see that coming. I did not.
We're in business.
Now that we're back. Technical difficulties.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty. I spilled my bourbon.
Your bourbon?
My bourbon on top of the soundboard. That's never a good idea. When I said I was wanting to buy another one,
that's not the reason for it.
It wasn't because this one had to be replaced. Yeah. It was as a backup. So, because that would suck, dude. If the board went down.
Man, that would be hurtful.
So far, it looks like this Zoom Live Track L8 version really likes Bullet.
Just like you.
Two in a pod. So, anyway, let's jump into the pick six.
Yes, sir.
You want to go first? You want me to?
Yeah, I go first.
Is that your pick six?
Yeah.
You have notes?
Always had notes.
Wow.
Always. I don't come unprepared anymore. You put me out there once, and I had to make sure from then on that we didn't go that route. Well, my first one is the Eora Dark Natural. And that was a gift. I want to say this because Rob was supposed to be giving me Gunny's number so I could call him and thank him for the gift that he sent me. And it's one of the gifts that Gunny sent. Thank you again, brother, because these sticks are amazing. I just have to be truthful. They are amazing.
They really just killed us with love.
Love, man.
And I want to give a shout out to Mr. G's in Woodstock, Georgia.
Okay.
Nick, the owner there, dude, he is just like the nicest cigar community type guy that is just going to do great things for all the cigar smokers in that area. You know what I mean? He's going to take care of his people. If you haven't been to Mr. G's and you're anywhere around Woodstock, Georgia, go by and check out those guys because they are just like laid back. Dude, there was a dude in there that works there. He's in his 80s, and he's wearing a World Series championship ring from the New York Yankees.
Damn.
And he was the strength training coach for the Yankees and several other teams, but he got a ring with the Yankees.
Wow.
Yeah. Like he's the real deal.
I've seen one Yankees World Series ring. Got it from East St. Louis, had one. He played for the Yankees at that time. He played right before Jeter got there. He was a shortstop before Jeter got there. And then I've seen 2 Super Bowl rings from the Rams when they won. We had coaches when I coached in St. Louis, they came and they gave a symposium, and they came wearing their rings, and I was like, man, that's a lot of jewelry. And then when the gentleman from that used to be with Clemson came up here, and you did the interview, and he brought out his
the
national championships.
3.
Yes. I was like, man, that's some jewelry, man. When people win big like that, they go all the way out, bruh. And these are some beautiful pieces of jewelry. But my number 2 this week, also a gift from Gunny, was the La Barber Ricochet.
Oh, yeah. Dude, those are great.
Great, man. Bruh. When I say just run in the mill with it, because that just off the bat, that chocolate taste, and then it takes that earthy, and I was like, man, these are some bad sticks, man. And my last was, I went into my stash again, and I pulled out Aroma 22.
Oh, wow.
I got 3 left.
Are you serious?
I got 3 left, man.
I want to say I have like 6.
Dude,
So,
I got 3
you
left.
know, I'm doing pretty
You owe
good.
me one.
I owe you one. I know.
So technically, I got 4. But that was my 3 this week, man.
Okay, so
My 3.
I got to jump back. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Mm-hmm.
So I've only seen 2 Super Bowl rings. No, sorry, 4 Super Bowl rings.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 1994.
Okay.
And they were all on one dude's hand.
Wow.
And that was Charles Haley.
I was just going to say Charles Haley. So a few of them were 49ers rings.
2 of them were 49ers.
Yeah.
2 of them were Dallas. And he
Yeah.
would go on to get a 5th.
Yeah.
But that was not at that time.
Yeah.
And so I was a photographer, and I was shooting a promo for this company that was doing a grand opening at a billiards place.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was the special guest.
Wow.
And I showed up an hour and a half early. He showed up about the same. And so while we're killing time, we're hanging out shooting pool. Dude's got
4 rings.
4 rings
Four
on
rings
him.
on them.
1 on, or 2 on each hand.
Wow.
And I was just like, and his hands,
Oh, huge.
Dude.
Oh, huge. Huge.
like, you know how some people can palm a basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Dude could palm a pumpkin.
You're not talking about a mini one either.
No. the great pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
Yeah. So, anyway, good list.
Yeah.
Good list,
What's
dude.
your 3 this week, brother?
So, dude, I've been smoking so many good cigars. And well, you know I do mine in order.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And they're all great cigars, but I like to, rank them.
Mm-hmm.
And so my number 3 is the Island Gem. Like, I haven't had, that has not made my list in a long time because I haven't
Gem.
smoked them.
Yes,
But Jay brought them into the Leaf, and, when you walk by, it's like almost like you can hear ukulele music playing. You know what I mean?
Calling you.
Yeah. It's
Calling
like,
you.
hey, man, you ready for a good time? And, my answer to that is always yes. And so, anyway, that was a great smoke. I've smoked it many times, but if you haven't, I highly recommend it. And when you smoke it, it comes with its own vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got you.
Like-
I got you.
Where's my Mai Tai?
Where's the lawn chair?
Yes.
Where's the beach?
So, my number 2 this week is the cigar I had while I was in Atlanta, and it was the 1926 45th anniversary Maduro. So let me tell you about that experience. And first of all, we told you on the show last week, I think, that we went to the Burn. Or maybe I posted that on social media. But anyway, we went to the Burn, which is the Rocky Patel Lounge.
Yeah.
And, I was not excited about going to the Burn. But, you know what? How many chances do you get to go to one?
That's true.
So Trent wanted to take me, Trent Smith out of Atlanta. He is a part-time rep for ATL.
Yeah.
And so he picks me up whenever we get done having dinner, and we go to the Burn. And we had a great waitress. Her name was Jennifer. And she took care of us. And then we went into the humidor, and the humidor was a nice size. It really was. But there was no prices on any of the cigars.
No prices.
But what was funny is, since there was no prices, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy what I want.
Yeah.
And so I picked that cigar out.
That's good.
And then when I was going up to the register to pay for it, Trent was like, oh, no, man, I got it. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. Thank you. Wow, I'm impressed. And then they ring him up for 3 cigars, and it's like $115. And I was like,
Woo. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Dodged a bullet there.
Yes, sir.
And so then I paid for the drinks, but the great thing about the drinks was they had prices next to them.
They had prices, so you knew what to buy.
Boom. But, you know, for me overall, the burn was just too much of a bar. For me, I mean, and they had a really nice, and I could mess this up, but I think the tobacconist that was just in the humidor, he never left.
Okay.
Was Jonathan. I could have that name completely wrong. It could have been, you know, Bert. So, we'll see. Anyway, the tobacconist was very experienced.
Okay.
I think he said he'd been there for like 5 or 7 years. So, I mean, the dude
So he'd
knows
been there,
his
yeah.
business.
He had experience with it.
And super nice guy. I enjoyed it. We met a couple of dudes at the table next to us. We talked to them. They were from somewhere else. One of them was from St. Louis. And so that came up to be a topic of discussion. And anyway, it was just a good time with some friends, but I would have much rather had been like at a more relaxing location. You know, when I go to a cigar lounge, I don't want the bar atmosphere.
Gotcha.
But that's
you
me.
want the cigar lounge atmosphere.
Right,
Yeah.
right. What about you?
I do. I want the cigar lounge atmosphere. I'm not going there for a bar. I'm going there to smoke a stick and have that community and that atmosphere and that environment that I'm used to in a cigar lounge. I'm not coming there to drink. I'm there to smoke. And I want that type of environment. So I'm 100% with you on that one, brother. I am.
Okay, so number one,
Okay.
you know, I got the box of the McAuliffe collection.
Yeah.
The limited. The collector's box.
Gotcha.
And so it has 8 different blends in it with 2 cigars each. They're a 5 by 40.
Okay.
I smoked the Reserva this week.
Uh-oh. How was it? Well, it's your number one in your top 3, so evidently it was great.
Dude, I was like, they should make this year round. You know what I mean? I would, in a 5 by 40, you're going to drop the price down significantly. And, like, it would be a go-to stick for me. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know, the regular Reserva can't be a go-to because of the price restraint for me.
Yeah. We blue
Poor
collar.
white boy.
We're blue collar. We're blue collar.
So, if you could do something price-wise and make a 5 by 40, I enjoyed the shit out of it, dude.
Okay.
Really good. Really good.
That's a nice 3, too, bro.
Hey,
That's a great 3.
and you know what? Those are the best 3 that I smoked, but I smoked a ton of good cigars.
You smoke some sticks, bro.
Yeah. I smoked that Cavalier Geneva.
Oh, the one with the gold leaf on it.
And it had it was the Jalapala. And dude, very good stick. Cold draw was spot on. Very like mellow, medium stick with like swoops of flavors.
Gotcha.
You ever heard anybody describe
Not
a
with swoops.
Swoops.
Not with swoops, no.
You remember
Cheryl Swoops?
Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, she's from Lubbock.
Yeah. She is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Dude,
Wow,
she's
that-
hometown hero.
I did not know Cheryl Swoops was in Lubbock. Cheryl Swoops wasn't no joke, man. She was no joke. Not just to women, to men, too. You come in there slack it. She'd take you to the hoop and embarrass you.
She was a hometown hero.
I did not know she was from Lubbock. Wow.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
I did not. I mean,
Did you know she played for Texas Tech?
yes, I knew
Okay.
that.
Okay.
I knew that. Well, I didn't know she was straight hometown. Wow. That's a blessing, man. Woo. There are some good things coming.
What an asshole. What an asshole.
Hey, I sit beside you and across from you regularly. I know what Lubbock produced in one person.
Well, you know, I bet she doesn't live there now.
She probably live in L.A. or Atlanta somewhere. Excuse me.
Yeah, she was, well, and I say Lubbock, but she was actually born in Brownfield, Texas,
Okay.
which is 30 miles from Lubbock.
Let's love it.
It's right.
Let's love it.
Like if the only difference between Lubbock and Dallas is there's no people living in between Lubbock and the towns out
Yeah,
there. It's just those little towns where in Dallas they just plant houses between every
It's a
little town.
metroplex for real.
Yeah.
That's
So-
the same thing with St. Louis. You got all those cities, and there's no empty space in between anything. Everything, wherever you go, is all houses or new houses. Like you said, they putting more, just plopping them down. We're doing the same thing here now.
When I drove the last time on 635 North Dallas, coming across, when you cross 35 on the north side of town on 635, what used to be there and what is there now
It's two
completely
different things,
just blew my mind.
Two different things, and that's in the last, I'm gonna say 10 years because I've been here 12 now.
Hey,
in the last 10 years, it's totally different.
I lived there in 95.
So it was totally different. It was farmland like a mug up there then, wasn't it?
But I still would drive through and was amazed at the amount of like apartments.
Gotcha.
But today, it's like, whoa, I should not have been amazed.
It's growth, baby. It's
is
growth.
just
it's growth.
boom.
Yeah,
Wow.
It's growth.
It's a completely different place.
Yeah.
I mean, even at the time I was living in Louisville, Louisville does not look like Louisville looked then.
Got you.
And I'm sure. No, you know what? I've been coming to Abilene since I was a child.
So
it looks exactly the same
It's
as
growing, man.
as it did in 1975,
No.
74.
It's grown a lot since I've been here since 2010.
Dude, whoa. Well, back up. When I was like 4, and I remember this, we lived in Sweetwater. We came over to Abilene to have the children, me, photo made at Kmart.
Was it still on South First then? Or was it at the other place on North First?
It was at North First. But then Kmart moved across the south. All that's still there.
Yeah.
It's just now Kmart is the police department.
Yes, it is.
Which is odd because I wonder if they still have blue light specials.
No, they don't. Well, if they do, you don't want to be a part of it.
But I mean, the town hasn't changed that much. The only thing that's changed is the mall was still there. All that stuff over there by the skating rink was still there, already there. The only thing that wasn't was like Chick-fil-A and out that way.
You keep going down 277, past where my church is. It used to be all farmland past that school. Now there's a subdivision over there.
Oh, it is.
Headed east on, what is that?
But it's not.
Rebecca.
So it's not really growing. It's migrating.
No, because they're putting new houses there. All of it is new.
Right. So people are moving out of their old houses
No,
and buying new houses.
What they're doing is actually preparing for that air wing that is coming to
But
Dias.
you know that's supposed to increase the volume, the population of Abilene by about 5,000
Yeah,
people.
5,000 people. But that's 5,000 actual workers at Dias. You still got to add their family into this.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think,
you do.
I think that, no, I understand that. I'm saying that the report I read, it was all of them.
No, it's
like
not
the
all of them.
families too.
That's not all of them.
Their dogs, their cats. A couple of them had a gerbil.
I'm not going there.
I'm
with
not
you.
judging.
I'm not going there with you.
You be you.
I'm not going there with you. That's a rabbit hole we're going to step aside from, all right?
Speaking of hole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I see your mind.
And along came Jones.
Like,
All
we're
right.
not going down that
All
hole,
right,
bro.
fine. Golly.
Yes.
All right, you know what? We're going to take a quick break.
Yes, sir.
We're going to come back. We have a mystery guest.
Yes, sir.
Coming up next.
Yes,
You're
sir.
not going to want to miss it, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, thanks for hanging through the break. We do have a special guest, and we have Kara from Texas.
Yep,
and
that's me.
somewhere towards the Metroplex.
Yeah, it's like northeast.
So anyway, you came by the Leaf because you were in town to do like a judging of people.
People, yes, actually marching bands, yes.
You know what's funny is back when I was in high school, I used to judge those people too.
Yeah, but it's different. You were judging them, and you're like, you're nerds.
Yeah, I was like,
You know, that's
band
different.
fag.
No, you can't. That's a bassoon. That's a bassoon. I mean, you can't, you know.
I mean, but you know, here's the thing. I had a lot of friends that were in band.
Yeah.
And they loved it.
Oh, yeah.
Like
it's a cult, man.
You could see that. Like if you were part of the marching band,
It's a family.
it really is.
And here's the thing: we have the numbers. So if you gang up on one of our guys, you got a whole section that's just going to come up and like corner you.
I think you're over guesstimating on how many of the people would actually help. I think it's more like 30%, not all of them.
Not all of them. No, it's true. But it'd be the big ones like, you know, the sousaphone
tuba
players.
player,
Yeah, stuff like that. Not the flute players or anything like that because they're too dainty.
So you're here judging a UIL competition.
I am, yeah.
And you came to the Leaf.
I did. So I was.
So I want you to tell me, like,
will.
what was your experience of coming into the Leaf for the first time?
Okay, so I had driven past it going to the Beehive for dinner by myself. You know, I'm in town in Abilene. And somebody suggested going to the Beehive for a good steak, so I went there. And I'm driving past this light, and I see this beautiful sign that has, you know, a pipe and a cigar, and it says The Leaf. I'm like, I bet you that is a tobacco place. So I looked it up on the interweb, and I found out, and I was like, man, I hope I can come in and smoke, because at the hotel I'm staying does not have a place to smoke, and it was raining.
They don't
I
you know,
I didn't want to go to the pool.
Sucked.
Oh, the weather was horrible last night. So I finished my meal, and I come in and greeted by you know, wonderful few human beings, and there's a nice place up in front that you can sit in with, you know, music and everything. And I tell Jay, the owner, that I'm in from out of town, and he gives me a couple passes to come in the back.
To the Havana room.
To the Havana room, which is
And you come
excellent.
back here, and there's a lot of guys
There's a lot of
smoking
guys.
cigars.
Mhm.
Because
And
we met you, and, like, I don't know that all cigar lounges are like that, but I know
I felt like I
a
was on
few-
Cheers.
Right.
You know? And now, like, it's just day 2, and everybody knows my name. You know, I feel like it's a family. It's kind of like a band family, but we smoke cigars together, you know.
And drink bourbon.
Oh,
or
the bourbon.
spirits.
Or,
yes.
well, spirits of all sorts. There's lots of bottles on this table, so.
There are a lot of bottles.
Yeah, I've tried a few. It's like a flight. It's fantastic, but it's kind of like a free flight. So you bring a bottle, and then you get to try everybody else's. So
See, here's the thing, though. We love it when people bring bottles, but if you don't bring a bottle, it's still available.
yeah, and
Because
that's
we don't, if it's on the table, you don't even have to ask. You just
Right.
take it.
right. And I felt that way. I felt like, you know, I was at home and I could just pour. You know, I'm still very. Larry gave me grief because he had a bottle that he brought out, and I just put a smidge, you know, like a shot in there, and he goes, you can have a heavier pour. I was like, well, I want to try them all. I want to be able to drive home by the time that I get to the end of this. But
Well, see, that's what we do is we pour every one of
Yeah.
our drinks like it's going to be our last drink.
okay.
That's our policy.
That's a really good policy, because you never
That
know
way,
when
if
the end
it is your last day, you're good. You know what I mean?
No, you're great. If this is your last day, you're fucking awesome, is what you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's do every day like that.
Oh, I mean, you got to live life to the fullest, and that's, you know, that's what I live by.
So, how's the rest of your experience in Abilene been? Have you gone anywhere? You went to the Beehive. What do you have there?
I had the 8-ounce or 10-ounce filet mignon.
How was that?
It was very yummy. It was
heard their steaks
juicy.
are like really good.
It was really good. It was a very thick cut. I got it medium rare. I like to put a little bit of butter on top, so I took the butter from my bread and I placed it on top, and it just made it. I thought
Did it have a little bit of garlic on it already?
Yeah,
'Cause I like
garlic
the
and some
garlic
parsley.
butter. Yeah.
Parsley, little baked potato on the side, and then so I'm one of those people that I live to get to the end of the meal. I love the dessert as well, so I had this cheesecake with a creme brulee sauce on top, and it was really good. It was like a vanilla bean cheesecake, and then this hard top on it, and it was fantastic.
So, like, you get to the end of the meal. See, I'm not a dessert guy.
That's
but-
okay. More for me. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, whatever works best for you.
Yeah.
But, I'm doing something with the bar, so we're at 19
I see that.
minutes. Let me
Like I
see
was,
something.
I got. I
Like, we
jumped
are
up a little bit.
peaking like a motherfucker over
Well,
here.
it's the bourbon that you,
but where
you
I
splashed
spilled
on
this,
it. Yeah.
this is not
Check
going
one.
very
Check two.
up.
Check one. Check two.
So, see, that sounds better already.
Well,
Does
it's
it to
because
you?
I'm on the microphone. That's why it sounds
But
better.
I also have it cranked up to like infinity and
It's
beyond.
okay. So if if you're listening to us right now, Rob
No,
is.
I'll do it. It's out.
Oh,
20
okay.
minutes right there. Okay. So anyway, that's been your experience in Abilene. Mm-hmm. You're here.
I will
because
say,
you're-
here's the
Yeah.
ladies at the hotel were like, you need to get out there because it's Friday night and it's going to be crazy. I saw like 5 cars on the road. So I don't know what crazy is like in Abilene, but boy,
Well, let me tell you something. On the way here,
yeah.
I saw a dead guy.
No. Shut.
I
A
did.
dead guy?
A dead guy. And so I was driving on my way here.
Okay.
And there's like these 2 cars in the road with their hazards on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, going around.
Right.
And then there's like, I see these 2 people standing in the middle of the road waving their arms like, stop.
Right, right. I
And then
need
there's-
help.
And then there's a car facing the wrong way, but in the turning lane.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of room to navigate.
Yeah.
And so I looked, there was no oncoming traffic on this side. So
Yeah.
I just floored it. And I drove by with my windows down, and I was like, rock and roll!
Wait a second. So somebody's waving, like, help me, and you just yell rock and roll.
Well, I didn't know if it was for help or if it was...
If they were like,
If
you
it-
know,
I
like,
thought it- I thought
like
that-
they had the
I-
music on.
if it was the YMCA.
Oh, yeah, totally. I could see that. Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
could see that. Okay.
So,
I get that.
so
Did you see the dead body?
Oh, here's the thing.
Where's the dead body?
The
Wait,
dead-
where are you?
The dead
Where'd
body.
Yeah,
The dead body. Let
The
me
dead
turn that-
body.
Can you hear me better now?
I can hear you better
Okay,
now.
cool.
Okay.
So the dead body was laying face down.
Shut up. Wait, was he
But-
in
but-
a... Okay,
But
okay.
8 feet or so before the dead body, there was 2 tennis shoes. So he had been hit by a car and knocked him out of his shoes.
What?
Yeah.
This is why you use crosswalks.
Right. This was not at a crosswalk.
This is why...
This was probably about, I don't
Oh,
know,
my
100 feet
God.
past the intersection.
No.
And there's always people crossing that road just willy-nilly wherever they
Well,
want.
there's like, it's a 3-lane road. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Abilene, but what I've discovered is it's built around a train track. Okay, so that's what the city is all about, is about trains. And like you have one
Where
side.
is this?
This is Abilene, Texas,
Yeah.
Tejas.
I've seen it.
Have you seen that? Have you seen that? Well, and like there's not a lot of towns that are,
A lot of towns don't have a main line running
no,
right through downtown.
they don't. And so this is what's
And I would
fascinating.
prefer not to.
Oh, well, I can see that because when the train comes in,
It's 50 miles an hour. Like, they're not slowing down. You know what I mean? And there's like probably 6 crossings. There's a lot.
yeah, there's a lot.
And it's a dangerous situation.
Yeah, you got to be very
if I
aware.
was the city of Abilene, I'd be like, you know what? We're going to limit you to 30 mph.
Well,
when you
it
go
says
through our town.
it's actually 45.
Oh,
It's not 50.
well, 45 is too damn fast.
Well, yeah.
I think it should be 30.
But would you go 30? Like if it was 30, would you still go 30?
Well, I mean, if I was the train guy, I would go
Well,
30
if you were
because
the
that
train
would be
guy,
the rule.
wait a second. Are you talking about the car mileage or the train? Like the train can only go 50, or
Well,
cars?
the train can go 50. That's what I was saying. You said it
Oh,
was 45.
on the roads it's 45 miles.
Oh,
an
yeah,
hour.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
I
We're
was
on
like,
the same page now.
I don't know how she knows, but okay, whatever.
Well, that's what my GPS says on
Yeah,
Waze. It told me I was going too
the trains
fast.
can go 50.
I just didn't want to get a speeding ticket on my way here.
I
know?
don't worry about any of that.
You don't?
Anyway, no.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah. So,
Knocked out of his shoes.
yeah, knocked out of his shoes.
I mean, that's.
And so
That's incredible.
if you hit someone and you knocked them out of your shoe,
Do you
their
think
shoes,
that were they double laced?
I'm thinking that the person who hit them
Yeah.
took off because I didn't see a wrecked car anywhere.
Oh.
So if you don't have a wrecked car,
So these guys see the guy in the road and are waving down help, and you yell,
Yeah.
"Rock and roll!"
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's. I mean, that I see that.
Well, because I thought at first there was a couple of dudes doing like the YMCA dance, and I was like, "Hey, rock and roll!"
Right.
And then I'm
Saturday
like,
night.
Oh,
They're
there's
just.
a dead body in the
Oh,
road.
I mean, how many? Oh, geez. Well, I really hope that he was just knocked out. And
he wasn't,
oh, stop! You don't know. You didn't take his pulse. You didn't stop. You were rock and rolling.
but his head was off.
I'm not listening to him. Thank you. I'm not listening to him.
And you know what? His head was still singing, I love rock and roll.
Dabba, dabba, da, da, da,
No,
da, da.
Okay. Anyway, so how long have you been smoking cigars? Because I'm going to tell you right now, we don't have very many women that come in here and hang out and smoke cigars.
I think it was 05 when I started smoking cigars.
And what got you into like smoking your first cigar? Because
So-
that's not like a activity that a young woman is going to go, oh, you know what? I think
I'm
I'll
gonna
do
start
that.
smoking that. No, I hate it. My parents smoked cigarettes for years inside the house. I was like, no, smoking is bad. I'm never going to do it. So then
Did they smoke in the car?
Oh yeah, well, but that was a time where they were. My parents worked for American Airlines, so I'm an airlines brat, and so they would smoke on the airlines.
Yeah, I used to smoke on planes.
Yeah, and so when you get your little meal on the tray, right, and then after everybody's done with the meal, what do?
They light
They
up.
light up, so the whole airplane is filled with smoke.
Right, so it was stupid to not smoke.
Correct, but
Because you're smoking if you're not smoking.
But I was like 8. So no, I mean, I'm not going to smoke then. But, so I'm there in that era and I'm like, will you stop dropping your bourbon, man? Do you need one of those kitty cups, with the little top on it? Okay.
I do need one of those.
So
Brian.
05.
Let's get sippy cups.
Sippy cups.
With Cigar Talk logo on it. Hey guys, email me if you would actually drink out of a sippy cup.
Can I email you now?
If you would want to drink out of a sippy cup that has Cigar Talk on it, let me know because I think that would be funny as shit.
That would be funny as shit.
You show up to a bar, it's like, oh no, I'll take my drink in this, please.
Well, I mean, if you have kids, then you can use it during the day. You wash it, you use it at night. It's
My kids are adults, so it
it doesn't
really
matter.
yeah.
Well, unless they start drinking bourbon. Anyway, so I started smoking in 05. My husband was smoking cigars, him and his friends, and I was just like, well, it's kind of cool. So I went to Cancun. I graduated college, yay. And
Where'd you go to college?
A&M Commerce.
And so, how was your overall experience there? Was that a good school?
Oh, yeah, it was a good school.
And was it fun?
I had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed my time. I'm glad I survived, and I learned a lot of things, and I think I've become pretty successful from that. So
Good.
Yeah.
That's the experience that you want.
yeah, I
You
survived.
enjoy the college,
Yeah.
and it helps you get a good job.
Yeah, but the tough part about college is waking up and going to the class. Like
Right.
that's the hardest thing. I tell my kids when they go off, I'm like, listen, go to class.
My wife told me, if you want to graduate college, there's only 2 requirements.
What?
Go to class
Yep.
and pay your fucking tuition.
Yep.
If you
I
do
mean,
that,
you're pretty good.
Gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And so my son, I didn't tell you this, I don't think, but my son is at Lubbock Christian University on
Okay.
a scholarship.
Oh, good for him.
You know what he does? He plays video games.
Oh, so he's like esports and all
Booyah!
that. Mm-hmm. They're talking about making esports a UIL sport.
They need to.
Here's why.
Why? Tell me why.
Let me tell you why. Because they don't consider marching band a sport.
Oh, well, I think they should do that
But you
too.
can sit on your ass and play a fucking game and call that a sport, and you don't sweat.
Is chess competition a UIL
That's
sport?
not a UIL sport, but
I think it should be.
There's strategy.
Right.
Here's the thing. There's not only the body behind it, but there's the mind. So if you consider that, then marching band should be on the ESPN should have the state marching contest just blaring out that, because I'm sorry, like, all hail football, okay? All hail football. But you get 200 kids on the field not running into each other
as in unison
and playing incredible music, running around a damn field in 8 minutes, and then they're done.
So did you ever hear about this? And it's been a long time ago, so I can't remember what.
Long time ago.
I can't remember what the schools were, but there were two arch rivals playing.
Arch rivals.
And they were the visitor team.
Okay.
Band went out.
Okay.
And they had like a special grass seed in their pockets. And as they marched, they dropped it on the ground and it spelled out the letters for their school. Do you know who it was? UNT, yes.
Shut up.
So they were, and so it looked different, and they left their letters on the field of the opponents.
That's amazing.
That is classic.
That's before my time, but can I say, well played.
Oh, I was like, that is genius.
That is genius. But see, that's the level of musician
competition.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you think they're not competitive? They are very competitive. So when I got out of high school, I was in a rock and roll band for a while, and our drummer was taking jazz fusion classes at Texas Tech.
Oh, okay.
Dude was like way too good to be with us.
Okay.
But he was a badass.
Yeah. And you appreciate, did you pay him?
We were a band.
So you didn't pay him. Right.
No, we didn't make any money.
Right, no. Because bands don't make money.
But
That's
we
bullshit.
had a good time.
No.
I was 19. Who cares about money?
Right, I know. It's like, do I get a meal? Can I drink at the bar? I'm 19. Yeah. Can I cover my tab? That's all I want, you know.
Did you ever walk a tab?
No.
Never.
Listen, I'm way too honest. Like, I feel guilty. Like, I walked out of a store one time with an object, and I didn't mean to. I went back in. I said, I'm so sorry. Let me pay for that. And they're like, okay.
But you brought it back.
I brought it back.
Did you want it?
No.
Well, then you shouldn't have paid
Well,
for it.
I know, but I felt so bad.
Put this back on the shelf. Earn that $8.75 an hour.
$8.75.
Is it $9?
I don't know. I don't get paid that. I'm a teacher. I don't get paid by the hour.
I don't either.
Yeah, it's okay.
So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you started in 2005.
Yep.
And I mean,
I smoked in Cancun. Well, I smoked in Cancun. That's my first time.
17 years.
Yeah, 17 years I've been smoking. And I really enjoy it. My favorite thing about a cigar is that I can't do anything else for at least 40 minutes. I can't vacuum.
Other than mow.
Yeah. Oh, man, I love mowing.
I know you said you love to mow.
So I got some acreage, and I got this riding lawnmower. Riding lawnmowers are the best.
Is it a steering wheel or is it?
Oh no, it's the zero turn.
Nice.
I had one with the steering wheel, and that no, you got to go zero.
I
turn.
had a steering wheel.
Okay.
And I loved it.
Okay.
But like, you're supposed to mow really. If you want to do a really nice job, you should mow in first gear.
No.
And if you're going to be like, okay, well, I don't have to have it absolutely perfect. I can do second gear.
Okay.
I used to put it in third gear
Yeah.
and just haul an ass.
Here's the problem with that. You run over a bump or you get a rock and you tear that blade to shit. And here's my husband yells at me about breaking these blades. He's like, you've been driving too fast. And
Are you out, Rustin? It's nice meeting you,
Rustin.
sir. I
Yeah.
got that right, Rustin?
Yeah, Rustin. Yeah.
You should be. I have a brother named Russell, so I just cut off the last of it and put.
Oh, I love it, Rustin. Yeah.
One of them was like, by God, it's going to be Justin. The other was like, nope, it's going to be Russ. Justin. Justin's worse? Oh, Justin. Oh, yeah, that's way worse. That's like a Teletubby name. Sorry.
Teletubby.
So I'm very, you know what? Right before the show, I told Bryant, you know what? We're going to buy another board because I would like to have this one just as our travel board.
Right.
And keep the other one in the studio. And then I go and screw it up. You see this right here?
Yeah.
This level should be way up here.
Well, yeah, but
because ours are way up here.
But that's where you spilled the bourbon on.
Right. That knob.
So you messed it all up.
It looks that way. But I will
Persevere.
pour some rubbing alcohol in there.
Right. So pour more liquid onto the electronics to make it better.
That's my plan.
I like, that's the best. When it
I
rains,
almost-
you should do a show in the rain.
I almost think that hand sanitizer might be a good idea.
Do you want to try it right now and see what
Well,
happens?
no,
to
I'd like to wait until we get done with the
All right.
show.
Okay.
Just because, we are recording.
Oh, we're recording, so
Yes.
I shouldn't say fuck.
Not just once.
Okay, fuckity fuck.
Fishaderier.
Fishaderier? That's not a word.
Fishaderier.
Hey,
Hey, what's that word that I learned in Atlanta? I forgot it already. It's fiduciary.
Fiduciary.
You know what I'm talking about?
No. Tell me.
Fiduciary.
Fiduciary. That's a word.
Booyah! Hey, I got fiduciary right.
It took him like 5 times to get it right.
I was like, is it fuckery? Nope.
No.
Is it
Fishadoodlery.
Nope.
Didgeridoo.
Yeah, in fact, one of our kings wrote me a message and was like, making fun of me on the fiduciary.
Okay.
So, anyway.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no. We have the greatest. Is that your foot? I'm sorry.
You playing footsie with people now?
I'm in my pajamas.
You are in your pajama pants.
I am in my pajamas.
I'm so proud of you. That's awesome.
Oh, look, my light is on my phone. That's
okay.
probably not a good idea.
It's okay.
Anyway, so like we talked, and
Your light is still on, by the way.
and my light says it's off. What's up with that?
Now it's off. Now
okay,
it's off.
cool.
Okay.
I was like, I turned it off. It's a little slow.
Oh,
They
yeah.
made this just for me.
Oh, okay.
Keeps up.
Right. Keeps
Oh,
up
anyway.
with you, yeah.
So 17 years later, you're still smoking.
Yeah, I love it.
And so,
My
I
hus-
mean, and
yeah.
not even, I'm impressed because you're not just smoking. You are out of town and you sought out a cigar lounge.
Yeah.
Came in, chatted it up with the locals, and had a good time.
Yeah, I'd say that.
So do you remember when I sent you that message that said, sorry I bailed, I couldn't handle the negativity?
Yeah.
That was not about you.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
I
after
know.
I saw that, I was like, she might think you're a complete asshole.
we were sitting. We were talking with
A teacher.
and they were
Disgruntled.
Yeah, they were outletting, and it's one of those things. As a teacher,
You understand.
I understand it. Sometimes you
Been
have
there,
to
done
to
that.
let it go. If somebody understands the room that you're in and the service that you're giving and the turmoil, I get it. And I
Right.
wanted to hear and listen. I wanted to be that
You were being
soundboard.
nice. You were being nice because I was like, hey, it was nice meeting you. I'm going to fuck out.
Well, and you said you were nice, and I really wanted to respond with, "You're right." You know, I mean, I know I am.
Well, I
but-
just thought, I wonder if she thinks I was saying that I was sick of her.
no, I
BS.
wasn't. But here's the thing: I wasn't saying shit.
Right.
You know.
Oh, I know because that's the way it always goes.
Well, and
that
it's-
was your first experience.
Yeah.
I've had many.
Oh.
Like whenever I said going to the studio is like a party,
Right.
that individual was like, "Oh, well, I've never been," and I was like, "Yeah,
There's a reason why.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I like you,
Yeah.
but I don't have room for negativity.
No, and it's all about perspective. I feel like you can choose to see the good or you can choose to see the bad. And whatever
All day, every day, that's
Yeah.
a choice.
It is a choice.
If you are miserable in this life,
you are going
that's
to see
you.
only misery.
And I don't care what you do, that's just you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be around that.
Yeah, and it's like I hope for the best for you. But I try to surround myself with people that are positive, that are, looking forward to life, looking ahead.
I could bitch all day, every day about my regular job.
What would it get you?
Exactly.
It wouldn't get
give
you
me
shit. It
So,
wouldn't get
you know
you
what?
shit.
I focus on the great things of my job and the great people.
Yeah.
And I hope that I inspire people
Yeah, amen.
to be
Woo, woo.
like extra safe
Yeah.
and make sure they go home every day the way they came into work.
Right. If you leave the house happy and you're excited about going to work, I mean, that's why I teach. I don't teach because of a paycheck, because that would be awful. But I teach because I hope that I can inspire the youth to be wonderful. So that way, when I retire, they don't fuck up the world. And I can enjoy my retirement and clean out my garden and ride
So,
my lawnmower.
Where do y'all plan on retiring?
Oh, no, I already have my house.
Oh, so you're done.
I'm done. Well, I've got 13 acres and, I got a nice pond.
But you're in Texas.
I'm in Texas, Tejas. Listen, if I retire, here's the thing. Like, where else am I going to go that's not like...
Ruidosa.
I don't know about that.
Why do you not like Ruidosa?
I've never been. I can't say that.
Oh, my God.
I can't say that I don't like it.
Okay. You're not having these 107-degree days.
Well, right now, the point of my life, my husband is a professional tuba player as well. So he plays a lot in the DFW area. And where we're at, we're about 40 minutes outside of Dallas.
Right, but that's not now. I mean, that's now, but not 20 years from now.
No,
Have you ever been to the mountains?
Yeah, but the Wi-Fi is not very good in the mountains
Who
either.
gives a shit?
Well, I got to watch my Netflix.
No.
Yeah.
If you're done working, you can do whatever it is you want to do.
I want to watch Netflix.
You want to drink and smoke cigars. You don't need nothing else. Tell them, Bryant. Bryant. Yeah. All you need in life is cigars and bourbon. You don't need water. You don't need food. That's an amateur. Hey, this comes from wheat, barley. No barley, just wheat and corn.
Corn.
Oh, whoa, look at that jacket there. Look at that jacket.
You can't see the jacket on the podcast, by the way. It's
Bryant
purple.
got a purple jacket with,
Oh,
boom.
it has the logo on it. Wow. And the shirt. The shirt is great.
3X short, 3X long, and a small adult T-shirt. I got you? Huh? Yeah. Yes.
I need to go potty.
Oh, okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, we'll be right back, guys.
Thanks, you guys.
Actually, I'll edit that out.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back again. We had to make restroom
Potty break.
That sounds a little feminine.
Okay.
I like to go with we had to use the John.
Number one. Oh, yeah. My favorite, meeting guys named John, I always think of toilets.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I'm like, that,
I never think of that.
You were named after a pedestal. That
Better than a pedophile.
Oh, it is so true.
Just saying.
Would you say it's a throne?
Oh, absolutely. Are you aware of the crapper?
Would that not be a toilet?
It is, but do
Okay.
you know why they call it the crapper?
Because you shit in there.
Because Thomas Crapper came up with a porcelain toilet,
No.
and they called it the crapper.
Shut up.
Yeah, seriously. I'm a
Crapper.
history buff on dumb shit.
Oh, well, I mean, dumb shit.
Right.
Like, that's fantastic.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I got to give credit.
So, like, where do you go to smoke now? You're in the DFW area.
I am.
You have some good choices.
So-
where do you go hang out when you get the opportunity?
When I get the opportunity, right now, I go to this place called En Fuego in Rockwall. It's in the harbor, and it's a beautiful place on the lake, and it's nice. I can go in, and I feel really welcome, especially as a woman coming into a cigar shop. That can be really intimidating, you know?
And so, like, when you came in this shop, were you intimidated at all?
No, not in any way. But I am not your normal petite. I am petite.
We will say that you have experience.
Yes.
This is not your first go around going to a shop.
Well, I'm not afraid to hang out with check.
Oh, you're good.
I'm not afraid to hang out with a bunch of guys.
Right, same here.
You know, that's good. I mean, that's really good.
Never bothers me either.
You know, but coming in, like, I know that in this place, everybody is here because they enjoy smoking cigars, and I enjoy it, and I know that I would feel welcome. Like, every place that I've gone to smoking cigars where everybody else is smoking, they're like,
It's been welcoming.
Yes.
And so, I mean, that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. And I told you last night when you came in, it's intimidating for men their first few times when they go in.
Right.
I mean, do you remember when you went to their first lounge? Were you intimidated? I mean, because there's a certain level of, I have no idea what I'm doing here.
Well,
and so...
But there's a social aspect. So people that are very, very easygoing and that can talk to somebody really easy, like, Rob, I didn't know you last night, but I feel like I could know you 10 years from now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm very easygoing.
You are very easygoing. But so is the
Most
entourage
people
that was here.
Right.
You know?
Right. We have a very good group of guys that, I'll say this. There's a lot of people out there that can't be friends with me.
I get that.
They have morals.
Well, but you can have morals and still, like, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate that you are you.
Always.
And you are comfortable with being you. There's so many people in this world that aren't comfortable in their own skin, you know? That they feel like they have to be somebody else. And why be somebody else when you can just be you?
Well, I mean, that comes down to who else could I be?
Oh, no, that's that.
If you were to be like, hey, Rob, instead of being Rob, would you like to be Jimi Hendrix reincarnated? Yeah, I want to take that ride.
Yeah, that'd be a fun ride.
Who would you be?
Oh, my God, that's so tough.
I mean, I don't know that I would be Hendrix reborn. I would be somebody fun.
I'd be somebody fun. Like, okay, so, like, I don't know. I mean, I usually think of who in my life I would want to hang out with, and my first person would be Gene Kelly.
Good choice.
Gene Kelly, I mean, amazing dancer and just performer all around. Now, I heard he was a jerk off stage and everything. Maybe.
Well, that wouldn't be a fun person to hang out with then.
No, but on the screen, he was just so charismatic. You know, and that's the charisma. Like, there's people that come in very confident about themselves that I think have a great charisma about themselves. And those people I have a lot of respect for because they are so comfortable. Like, this is me. And if you don't like me...
So what you're saying is they kind of have the same mantra of, you know what you get with this person because they don't hold back.
Yeah.
And that's how I like to be. I don't hold back. I don't want you to feel like...
Life is short.
It is.
Life is way too short, and you should...
I don't want to pretend. I don't want to be somebody I'm not.
No, and I try to say that to my kids, to my own children and everything like that, and, you know, it's, you know, you do you. What do you... The basil...
I'm going to try the Basil Hayden Bourbon. I've had the rye.
I had that, just
How was it?
It was very yummy.
So, just so you guys know, especially the guys that are into the bourbon... We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bottles on the table.
But there were 9 at one point. There's some bottles that have left or that are empty.
We've replaced some of the empty ones.
Yes.
But we have Basil Hayden Bourbon. We have Early Times Ball and Bond.
I had some of that.
The Bullet
I didn't have.
Bourbon.
I had some of that last night.
We have the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Full Proof.
That was very yummy.
Then we have Glenlivet.
Oh, but wait. It's the Caribbean Reserve. And that is just a very special blend.
Have you tried it?
Oh, yeah. That is a favorite of mine. So, me and Larry. And then the Benchmark.
We have the Benchmark Ball and
That's
Bond,
what I'm drinking
which
right now.
I drank that before I drank this, and it was delicious. I haven't found a Ball and Bond I don't like. I just think the formula.
No, it's the bottle that you don't like is when you've gone over the edge and then you go to the John and you release all the bourbon. That's the one that you don't like.
For me, it's different. Like, for me, it's the bourbon that I don't like the flavor profile.
So what about the bourbons what don't you like? Is it too spicy?
No, I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
But in general, I don't like any floral flavor profiles
Then
on a
you
bourbon.
I don't think you'd like the Caribbean.
Oh, I doubt it. Like, I don't drink a lot of scotch because most scotches,
Are too sweet?
they lean over to that floral.
Yeah.
And I don't really care for that. But I did have the Dalmora not long ago. And that was like a smoky bourbon.
Okay.
Delicious. And so if I ever see that bottle, I'll buy that because, like, that's a scotch I can get down with.
Right.
But, like, have you ever had Lafroig?
Yeah.
Awful.
You don't
You like that?
Well, here's the thing. I appreciate the artistry behind all the different flavors of bourbon. But I also go into the gin world. I know.
Really?
Yeah.
So my only experience with gin was back in my very young youth.
Yeah.
And I thought all gin tasted like hairspray.
Well, the bad gin does.
Okay, well, then I was having bad gin
You were
because
having
it
bad
tasted
gin.
like bad gin. And I was like, why would anyone drink this?
Well, yeah, because at first I just thought it smelled like a bunch of pine trees, But I got into some Zephyr and, oh, God, I can't even think of the one right now. It'll come to me.
Golden Goose?
Well, a Golden Goose is good.
No. Well, Grey Goose.
Grey Goose, yeah. I like.
Is that gin?
That's gin.
Okay.
But I like. Well, wait, no.
It
No,
may
that's
be
vodka. That's
Yeah,
vodka.
Okay. So anyway,
But I like martinis.
I don't like vodka either.
Oh, so you just like the darker ales?
Yes.
Okay.
Dark spirits.
Yeah.
I'm on the dark
Spurts.
side.
The spurts.
Yes. So
The dark side.
I'm the dark side. I don't want clear.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, with bourbon, I just really love caramel,
Yeah.
oak,
Yeah.
leather, and then add some spice to that, and then a little extra heat.
Well, okay, so I appreciate a spirit that can just be drank over ice or just nice and neat. Something that doesn't have to be mixed. You know what I mean?
I
Like
can't mix my drink.
I don't.
I can't put ice in it, and I can't put water in it.
Okay, I respect that. There's nothing
And
wrong
it's not
with that.
that.
But did you know that it takes it to a different, like whiskeys are supposedly supposed to be done over ice to get it.
I don't know. For me, no.
Well, because it brings out a different side of them.
Well, I hear when you add a little bit of water, it might really open it up. And I've never explored that
That's okay.
because
You could.
I'm very hardcore on
Stubborn.
what I like. I am stubborn.
Got it.
I'm
Okay.
very
Stubborn.
stubborn. Like when I started smoking cigars,
Right.
I smoked the darkest, most bold,
Okay.
full body cigar I could get my hands on,
Yeah.
just one after the next.
Yeah.
But then I came to a point where I was like, well, what about all these other cigars?
Right.
They've got to be offering something or they wouldn't be around.
Correct. Yeah.
And so I started a journey, and what I found is I love a lot of cigars that
Yeah.
aren't full bodied.
Yeah.
And so I've never done that with bourbon. I've maintained that when I drink this bourbon,
Yeah.
because here's the difference. Like, I love the full-bodied cigars, and then I jumped back and started smoking Connecticut's, Habanos, Sun-Grown,
Yeah.
San Andreas, whatever. And with bourbon, though, I have to do something to alter the flavor. Whereas a cigar, I don't have to do anything other than cut it and smoke it.
Right.
So I'm trying all these different cigars, but with a bourbon, you want me to participate in the flavor producing. Why don't they just add the fucking water to the bottle if that's what it needs?
Well, I can't answer
I stumped
that.
you.
You did.
Because no one can answer that.
Well,
At least that's not a professional.
But that's true. And really, when I retire, I would hope that I could get my master's in something like that where my palate can be a little bit more
Refined.
Oh, yeah. So that's a good word. Very good. A little refined, and I can talk about the notes of things and things like that.
Here's the thing that I struggle with on notes and reviews.
Okay. Their opinions.
You're true. And opinions are like assholes. Everybody has
them,
one.
and they smell really bad.
Well, not all of them.
Well, at some point in the day.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But,
Right.
I'm just saying. Anyway,
Unless you're a very clean person.
my palate is like me and Brian here have similar palates.
Yeah.
And we smoke a lot of the same cigars, but at the same time, our palates are different because there's some cigars he likes I don't, and there's cigars I like that he doesn't.
But that's the great thing about being a human is that it's different for every experience.
Right, but so when I'm smoking a cigar, I'm getting to smoke the cigar like the blender intended it to be because I'm not messing with it.
Right.
If I put water in this, I'm not a distiller guy.
No.
I don't know how many drops of water to put in there.
No, that's a good point.
So I don't want to be part of the process in getting it to where. Do you cook steaks?
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Oh, I do. I love it.
Because I cook steaks the way I like steaks, and not everybody loves steaks the way I love steaks. And if you order one with it's not the way I make it, well, guess what? At the end of the day, you're going to get it exactly the way I want mine.
And I like to watch other people make steaks, and then I try to simulate that. But Gordon Ramsay has a really good video of how to make a really good steak, and I think it's great. Salt and pepper and a lot of butter and a little bit of rosemary in there.
So I'm not really
I know it's a bourbon cigar,
guy.
but we can talk about steak.
Oh, yeah. When I really got good at making steaks, so I was at a friend's house, and their dad always made the best steaks. And I was cooking a steak for a date one night.
Was it in a pan, or you?
It was on a grill.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, I got to cook a steak. It's a date. Can you tell me how to do it? And he was like, yeah, no problem. It's easy as can be. And so what he taught me was you take a garlic butter and you just butter the whole steak.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then you pepper and salt it. You put it on the grill. And then underneath on the coals, you would take like a tinfoil packet with mesquite wood and poke holes in it and put it on the fire. And that smoke would come up and give it the mesquite flavor.
Right.
That was the best steak I ever made. And then I got into trying some other ways, and they were just,
Have you ever pan-fried a steak?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm real big on pan fry. I also have one of those Blackstones, is what it's called.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a pan fry, but on that griddle because it's still made out of like cast iron.
Right.
And so I just really don't like to cook as much as I like to eat.
No, I understand that. Well, it's a process. I feel like most
if
of the
you're
time,
the one cooking, you're doing all the work.
right? It tastes different.
It does because you're not like getting to sit down and just eat.
You're smelling the whole process of what it's going through. It's like a sandwich. Sandwich is always made better by somebody else. It could be the exact same sandwich you make, but you want to eat the other guy's because you didn't make it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah. That's why you go out. I love eating, the artistry of what we're doing, the bourbons, the cigars, the the steaks, the sandwiches. I mean, it's all an art form.
100%.
And I appreciate
And that's what I love about the entire experience. When you find a bourbon and a cigar that go together perfectly, you're like,
Yeah.
these two dudes should meet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This dude made the cigar. This guy made the bourbon. Let's bring that together.
I'm going to take this from you.
Rock and roll. You know what? I recommend that you do that one instead.
This one instead?
Yeah, that one's way better.
Okay.
And whoa. You know what?
What?
Hey, bro, you out of here?
It was so nice hanging out with
Nice
you.
meeting you, bro. I said nice meeting you. I've met him like 10 times.
Where am I staying? The La Quinta? The La Quinta? Over there.
Light that up instead.
Light this up instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Are they worth a shit? What is this?
I've been enjoying the shit out of them. You want
Okay.
to smoke one? Are you smoking?
McLeaf? Is it a McLeaf?
It's a McAuliffe.
McAuliffe. This is why I could never do graduation and say the names, because I would just murder all the names.
That's the collector's edition box. And I think that was the Experiencia. Oh, Herencia. Okay. Anyway,
Herencio.
if you haven't smoked any of them, dude, I've loved all of them. Like, I have loved all of those in the box. And so far, the Reserva, I'm like, dude, bring the Reserva out in that Vitola. Make it $15.
I'm gonna borrow this.
I'm just saying, I would love that.
I love your lighter. It makes the clicky sound.
Yeah, I almost gave that lighter to somebody, and I was like, hey, that's one of my favorite lighters.
This
like,
is
I don't
fantastic.
keep much stuff. You know that. Did you see the lighter that Big B has? The Gran Habano? Like, when I got that, I was so excited. I was like, I'm going to enjoy the shit out of this. And the first thing Bryant says, I want that lighter. And I was like, no, dude, I'm going to keep it. And he was like, oh, well, you just always give me what you don't want. And I'm like, but I never want anything.
The sloppy seconds. Like that cigar when you stole that cigar from him.
Boom. So
I'm just saying.
I was like, I'm going. And then ended up, I didn't have a cigar one day. I was in Sweetwater, and Bryant was there. And I was like, hey, dude, you got a cigar for me to have on the road? And he gives me a Alec Bradley Rare and Fine, or Fine and Rare. And I was like, you just want that fucking lighter. You know what? Take it. So I gave it to him.
Blah. So mean. Hey, now this light.
Did you hear that? So mean, but
So
I gave
mean.
him the lighter I wanted.
So, okay. So, 17 years I've been smoking cigars, right? And I've enjoyed all of them.
That's longer than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's what I found in the years is that finding a really good lighter that doesn't go out on you,
I
that
have a
is
lighter for you that will last forever.
Shut up. Don't play with my emotions.
A friend of the show sent me one,
Okay.
and I've had it for probably a year and 8 months.
Well, I'd love to give it to my husband. I
It
mean,
looks like a fucking lightsaber,
okay.
and
Talk to me.
the amount of fuel it takes, you can have a flame like that big,
Yeah.
or you can have a flame like that big.
Okay, so he went from an inch to like a foot, guys.
Yes.
So
And so you have to be careful.
obviously, because you don't want to singe your like hair. Like you got a beard. Like you got to be careful.
Yeah, you could consider it a cigar lighter or a manscaper.
Manscaper.
Not a good manscaper, but it would definitely do some manscaping. So,
Okay.
so anyway, yeah, I've only been smoking cigars for like 11 years.
Okay.
And when I started, I only smoked cigars on rare occasion, and it was always a celebration of some sort. Now,
Right.
to be fair,
No.
like most people celebrate anniversaries,
Right.
graduations, births. I celebrate being alive.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't have to be like, what most people think.
Well, celebrations. I mean, celebrate the little things in life. It's all about the little things. So
All day.
yeah, every day, and those little things add up to the big ones. But my father-in-law, God rest his soul, was a cigar. I will say an aficionado. Like he had all the cigars. He had like 3 big humidors of cigars, and he would collect, and he would, he taught me how to light a cigar, and you got to toast it. You can't,
Isn't that nice?
Oh, it was, and
you had a very high level cigar smoker that taught you the way to do it the right way.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that don't get that. Like, I didn't get that. Like, when I started smoking cigars, I just figured at it on my own, and I made a lot of mistakes along the way.
Right.
And the old owner of this shop, one day he was up at the counter, and there was like this little bucket that people would, when they clip their cigars, that's where the tobacco clip went.
Right.
And he looked in there and saw like this much of a cigar in there.
Yeah, that's like almost an inch and a half.
Well, maybe an inch and a quarter.
Okay.
And he's like, who in the hell cut this cigar? And I was like, oh, that was me, Bill. And he was like, well, you don't know what the hell you're doing, dude. Let me show you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Education.
We all learn.
Yep.
And so, I mean, that's part of the community.
But when you stop learning, and that's the cool thing about, I think, the show, I haven't gotten to listen to a lot of your podcasts, but that's the cool thing about the show is that you get to learn a little bit about.
From a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because
it's all about the experiences.
We have a lot of guests on the show.
Yeah.
And sometimes our guests are cigar manufacturer owners.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are cigar reps.
Oh.
Sometimes they're cigar shop owners.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, they're fellow brothers and sisters of the leaf.
Yeah. Ooh.
Because we have the experience, and there's never two experiences that are the same.
Right. Yeah.
So just looking at you and me, you've been smoking a lot longer than me, and I've probably smoked a lot more cigars than you.
Probably.
And so it's like we both have our own journey.
Yeah.
Because it is a journey.
Well, and you're introducing me. That's the really cool thing, is introducing people to just the different kinds. Like, this is a Texas roll, right? Is this a Texas roll?
That's a Texas company.
Okay.
They make those in Nicaragua. The factory is in Esteli.
Oh.
And so, because you don't know, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that listen to the show that already do know, but I'm going to tell you the story of McAuliffe Cigars.
Tell me.
So Al McAuliffe is a very successful businessman, lives in the DFW area, and he frequents some cigar shops on a regular basis.
Okay.
And he's hanging out smoking cigars at a lounge that he likes and enjoys. And some guys come in and they're like, our van is broke down. We have tobacco. We roll cigars. That's what we do.
It's weird. Out of a van.
Yeah.
By the river?
Not by the river, but by the cigar shop.
Okay.
And so Al is like, yeah, roll me X amount of cigars and I'll pay for your van to be fixed.
Well, that sounds like a deal to me.
Well, the guys that were rolling the cigars was from Sanchez and Gomez. Sanchez and Gomez. So after Al smokes these cigars, he's like, dude, these are amazing. I would like to order 1,000 of them just for himself. And so
How does one man smoke 1,000 cigars?
He didn't smoke them all, but that's what he wanted to smoke every day.
Oh.
And he gave them to, friends.
Right, friends, yeah. People he likes, yeah.
Well, then all these friends were like, dude, that's a really good cigar. Where can I get more? And he's like, I'm the only one getting these.
Right.
So after a bit, Al's like, you know what? I could do a partnership with you guys.
Yeah.
So you have the Sanchez Gomez blenders, cigar makers, partnering with Al, which is a very successful businessman, a great marriage.
Yeah.
And then you have Al, which is like one of the best customer service type people in America, working with a company from Nicaragua with two guys that were from Cuba. It's a match made in heaven if you can actually put it all together, which they have. Yeah. Right. So, and that was, I never got around to telling you that. I think you're smoking the Medallia.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Medallia was named. So Al went down to Nicaragua, and one of the daughters, or I guess one of the daughters, I don't know.
Right.
But a daughter of the family that makes the cigars was also a master blender. and they were like, we want to do a cigar in honor of you.
Oh.
And so they named it the Medallia. She blended it, she rolled it, and created the cigar she wanted to be her legacy.
Aw.
So tell me that's not amazing.
No, it really is amazing. And I love the tones that it has when you smoke it. It's not, I don't know, it's not abrupt and just hits you like a wall. It's very welcoming, and you want to go back for more. And I think that's the problem with cigars. Like my father-in-law would tell me, he's like, you're not supposed to just puff on it like a cigarette. I'm like, but it just tastes so good. But then you get it too hot, and then it
when
gets
you
toasty.
get it too hot, it's not giving you the flavor that's
Right.
intended, because you're overheating
Exactly.
the tobacco.
Exactly.
And that is something that even a guy that smokes as many cigars as I do, I have to be conscious of, because when I'm smoking something really good, it's very easy to over puff on a
Right.
cigar if
Right.
it's just like
It's
lights
the
out good.
overindulgence, when you have the ice cream that's really good, you
And
just want
that's
to keep
the
eating.
word of the day is indulgence. Life is short. Indulge.
Right.
Enjoy yourself.
Yep.
You know what? I told you. I saw a dead guy on the way here.
Yeah. Knocked
Did
his,
he indulge himself earlier today?
I really hope he did.
Right.
I really
Because
hope
if
that
I'm
he
that
got all
guy
that
laying
guy.
in the road,
Like if
I
that
wanna-
happened to me, I'd be fine.
I'd be like, man, you know what I smoked today? I'd be at the pearly gates. I'd be like, hey, you got a light? Because I'm still smoking this.
Right. Right.
And they'd be like, we don't, but where you're going, there's plenty of fire.
I was gonna say, can you imagine the humidor upstairs?
Oh, or downstairs.
Well, I mean, there you go too. That's a very.
I would
good point.
imagine that all the Saka cigars are sold downstairs.
Okay.
Have you smoked any Saka?
I haven't, but I'm.
So-
Before I leave, I'd like to buy one.
I'll take you in the humidor, show you some Steve Saka cigars.
Okay.
I guarantee you, if there's humidors in hell, his cigars are in there.
Okay.
Because people are like, oh, yeah, I'm not going down there unless I can have some of those. Steve Saka's a cool dude.
Okay.
You know Drew Estate.
I
He
do.
used to work for them.
Mm.
And he blended the Liga 9,
Okay.
which I'm not a huge fan of.
That's
And
okay.
people know that. But a lot of people think it's one of the best cigars on the planet. So that tells me that he did something right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Love good following.
We've had him on the show. He's a great interview. He's a no bullshit guy. He's
Yeah.
very transparent. He's going to tell you what it is,
Okay.
and boom.
And if you like it, you like it.
And if you don't, you don't.
Well, it's all about the taste buds. How many taste buds you got on that palate?
Did you know your taste buds on your palate replaces themselves every 5 days?
No.
Yep.
So when you burn your tongue, they just come back.
Yeah, absolutely. But even if you don't burn your tongue,
Tongue.
they're always replacing themselves. And on average, it's 5 to 7 days.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
You're full of fun facts too.
I try.
Yeah, like very knowledgeable.
Well,
my
you know-
assistant, he's funny. He doesn't talk about how smart he is. He says he has lots of wrinkles on his brain, and the more wrinkles you have, the smarter you are. He's a millennial.
You have a
Very sweet.
millennial that thinks that way. That's impressive.
He is pretty impressive. So
We have millennials that listen to this show, and I just want to say thank you because, we figured that we were dumbing it down too much for the millennials because they're like, they think they're upper class.
well, they are in their mind. They are.
Yeah.
Something
Something like that.
It's just some people, but that's a whole different thing. I think the work ethic and things between Gen X and Gen Z.
Are you a Gen X?
I'm a Gen X.
Same here.
Yeah.
Gen X is kick ass.
Oh, I mean, we're the best.
But what's funny is, let me tell you,
our parents were the baby boomers.
and they were better than us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we are the best now.
Correct,
But
because
there has been better than us.
Yes.
With the boomers, and then you get that World War II generation that was better than them. The golden. What's it called?
I don't want to lie
Hey,
to you.
what's those World War II people called? The golden generation. Boom. Those people.
Good job.
Thank you, Brian.
The best
Yeah,
generation.
Oh, they were too.
Larry, what's the best
Larry
generation?
doesn't like the old generation because a lot of them were racist.
Well, yeah. Well, so
I don't dislike all of them.
No,
yeah.
but to be fair,
It was not the best.
to be fair, Larry's saying they're not the best
No,
generation.
Gen X is the best generation.
Well, now, yeah. So, but
Well,
here's-
wait a second, Larry. What are you?
Larry doesn't know what the fuck he is. He's still thinking maybe he might be a frog. We
Okay, I
shouldn't
like
put
that.
labels. Larry doesn't like labels. Larry doesn't like labels. I love labels.
Well, it depends on the cigar. You were a baby boomer? No.
Yeah, he is.
Shut
Yeah, he
the front
is.
door. No,
I thought you were gonna
I'll
say
take
your
your.
dick. You want to see this whole thing?
It's like a tree. It's like a tree. It has rings
It's
on
roots.
it. Yeah, roots and everything. Yeah. No, that's
The
not how you
roots
tell.
hold his testicles in place.
That's not how you tell.
Oh, sorry.
That's not it. But I would have never thought. I would think that you're kind of on the cusp.
But
like
remember last
you're
night
going
when you were up here, I said
into the Gen X, into the baby boom.
I told her, I said,
He
you want to
told
hear
me.
something funny? Is Bryant looks 63 and Larry is 63. And then I said, and if you didn't know, Bryant's white.
Oh my gosh. I just shook my head. I didn't,
She didn't know what to do.
I didn't know what to do at that point. I didn't know what to do, but I was surprised. Like,
Every week we do a song of the week.
oh,
And so this week, you guys, I'm going to add in this song. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you will go to the link in the show notes and listen to it, because this is my daughter's first single, debuted yesterday.
I listened to it last night.
Like, I didn't know she was that good.
She's very talented, and I should know. I've heard a lot of music.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge music fan.
Yeah.
Like, I am a music seeker.
Yeah.
I look way deep down rabbit holes for bands nobody's heard of,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of good music out there if you look for it. If you just turn on the radio, you're not going to find it.
No, you're going to hear the same thing over and over again. I'm going to send you something. There's a guy that I was turned on to. His name is Corey Wong, and his music is just it's funk.
I love funk. I'm a big funk fan.
Funky? Are you funky?
Some people would say, yeah.
Yeah.
but
Well, I'll send this to you. I hope you like him. It's my favorite album. I was introduced the Live in Amsterdam, and I listened to this album.
did you say you were in Amsterdam?
No,
Oh.
I've never. I would love.
I want to go to Amsterdam.
That would be really cool, man.
The only fear I have is that I would not come back.
That's a good. No, and I mean, you should have a plan B for in case that you're like, you know what, I'm not coming back. And just kind of like, this, I'm going to sell the house for this, and then, just kind of have that in the back of your head, because I could see staying there. Like you talked about retirement, and I have my acreage. I call
So-
it Happy Acres.
What I want to do, really, only a few people know this, so
Okay.
I'm fixing to let the cat out of the bag,
Meow.
is that I actually would like to have a schoolie.
A schoolie?
Yeah, you know what a schoolie is?
No.
Really?
I know what a school is.
A schoolie,
Schoolie.
which is spelled Skooli.
Oh, so it's not Italian? Like schoolie.
No.
No, okay.
So people take school buses and turned them into living quarters
One of my friends did that.
and travel all over the
Yeah.
United States, and that's just what they do.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I would like to do.
You want to do that?
Oh, I want to do that. Like,
Are-
I don't want to live anywhere. I want to live everywhere.
My mom's like that. She wanted to retire and sell her house and live in an RV, and I said, Mom, don't do that. Like, I just...
Why couldn't you wrap your mind around her doing that?
My mom's also a pack rat, so she has a lot of shit. And
Well, that's a good way to get rid of a lot of it.
I don't know that she could.
You got to.
It all would end up at my house.
Oh, and then it would always be there.
It would always be there.
And then when she's gone.
No, except when my husband is really good about taking shit and throwing it away when I don't know about it.
That's good.
No, it's not good. I had a great set of pasta bowls. Beautiful. Blue, yellow. They were crafted in Italy. Gorgeous. The motherfucker threw them away.
And how long was it from the time he threw them away until the time that you knew they were gone?
It was like a day.
That's pretty quick. I'm impressed.
Yeah, but he's like, they don't match the other stuff. I'm like, I had this before we got married. Like, this is... So, I won't lie. I might hold it against him. You know, those pasta bowls.
So you were too young. You weren't born yet. What year were you born?
1980.
Okay. So in the 70s, my mother was like all over the first releases of all like the Tupperware.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was in third grade, my parents were gone for the evening
Yeah.
to do whatever it is that they were doing.
Right.
So I was at home and I took a pair of pliers
Okay.
and then I put a stick pin needle
Okay.
in the tip of the pliers, and I squeezed down on it, and then I took a Bic lighter and I heated that up,
Okay.
and then I poked holes in all my mother's Tupperware bowls.
How old were you?
Third grade.
Why the hell would you do that?
Because it was cool.
To play with fire?
Play with fire, and then like when you put that red hot needle into a Tupperware
I know,
bowl,
and it just kind of
it
melts.
just
Yeah.
it didn't like you didn't have to force it. It was just
How much money you wasted?
I don't know.
Oh.
I got in trouble for that.
I-
I didn't get in trouble for that.
You didn't get
no.
in trouble for that?
No, because my mother was like, all these holes are in my Tupperware. I don't know how that could possibly
And you were
happen.
like, it was the dishwasher. It
And my
wasn't me.
dad was like, I bet Robbie did it. And my wife,
He threw
my
you-
mother was like,
Threw you under
no,
the bus.
that doesn't make sense.
Robbie would never.
So when they came to me, I was like, I have no idea
Oh,
of how
you
that could
lied.
happen. Oh, I lied.
Oh, you liar.
Oh, 100%. When I was in third grade, whatever kept me from getting a beating,
Yeah. Well, and
automatic
that
lie.
back in that day, that's what you got. You got a beating.
I did.
Yeah.
I got a beating for losing $10 on my walk home.
Well, it's probably because it wasn't all the way in your pocket or in your
No,
wallet.
I got a whipping because my dad thought that I blew $10 on a video game at the convenience store.
Well, that's easy to do.
But I didn't. I lost it, and then like 2 months later, I found it. It was in a field.
So did you
So I
get?
went home and I was like, "Hey, look here! I found my $10."
So did you get to?
I beat the shit out of it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No. I had no retribution, but I would have liked that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you grow up in a stern household?
My mother guilted the shit out of me, so I think I got a few spankings. It wasn't any beatings. I was the fear factor of that. They had already driven that into me. Now my cousins, my aunt would chase them around the house with a wooden spoon, break the wooden spoon over their asses, and then go get another one.
I can't remember my mother using a wooden spoon.
Well,
I
it's
remember her
Italian.
using a shoe,
A shoe, belt.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where it was like, I'm not going to fuck with you. You go to your room, and when your dad gets home, he'll deal with
Well, I think with boys, it gets to a point where because my son is my stepson's 28, and there was a point where beating him didn't mean a damn thing to him.
you. Right.
So
what
it
can
was
you do?
well, and that's where
And
it's
how
just
big
like
was this kid?
I mean, he was obviously taller than me. I'm 5'1.5", but that's where it's just like I don't know. I think you can use that as a resource for a limited amount of time, and then you have to go into the mental part of it. Where it's like, okay, reflect on what you've done. Was this right? Because that's what they have to do when they get out of the house.
Right. Or out of prison.
Yeah, because if not, they can't beat the person that did them wrong.
Do you have Apple TV?
In the shop, I do. Yeah.
Watch Blackbird.
Blackbird. Okay.
Holy shit.
Is it good?
It's all about the serial killer. It's badass.
Wait a second. What? So, I don't
and
like.
it's a true story.
Is it scary?
No, not at all.
Okay, because I don't
Like,
like
not at all.
scary shit.
This is just the facts and how this dude took him down.
Okay.
But it was like, holy shit. And you remember the Atlanta Olympic bombing?
I do.
So they made a series based on that story.
Okay.
The guy who played Richard,
Yes.
who was at fault, or they said was at fault,
Right.
was the same actor that played the serial killer, and holy shit, he fucking knocks it out of the park.
Okay.
So, all right, guys, you know what? We got the McAuliffe Minute coming up next. We're going to ask you a question. You email me in the show notes. My email address is available, and everyone who guesses correctly, it'll be multiple choice.
Oh.
Everyone that guesses correctly goes into a drawing, and McAuliffe's going to send you swag, T-shirts, hats, whatever. And so
I'm getting in on that shit.
after 52 episodes, they're going to take all the winners, and out of the winners, they are going to do a drawing, and whoever gets it is picked
Right.
will get the first ever NFT made by McAuliffe.
No.
You know what NFTs are?
No, but it sounds really cool.
Yeah, we did drink some bourbon tonight. I see a lot of empty bottles.
There's a lot of empty bottles.
But anyway, they're going to give away NFT,
Wait.
which is a digital piece of fungible token. That's what it is. It's a fungible token,
So it's
non-fungible token.
non-fungible token.
Hey, we're making fungible tokens. You can funge it all you want.
Like a fungi, like fungi?
No, it's a non-fungible token, which means it is on the blockchain, and once it's on the blockchain, it is what it is. It'll never be changed. I'll tell you about it later.
That's deep.
Yeah, it is.
That's deep. That's techie.
Brian says it's stupid, but I say, you know what? There's other cigar companies that have done it, and they have like run away with over $600,000 in cash when McAuliffe is giving theirs away. You can say what you want to say. That is an example of how McAuliffe is.
So with that token, what can I do with my token?
Well, you'll have the first one ever made.
Okay.
And when you sign up for the ambassador program with McAuliffe,
Yeah.
if you win, they'll actually put your individual number on the NFT. And so you'll have the first, and it's like art, it's collectible.
Right.
And so later on, if you decide, you can sell it.
Oh.
They're
So it's an investment.
right.
Oh.
Except this is not costing you any money.
No.
It's free.
It's free.
right. What? You should, because
You
this
should.
is probably the winningest guy you've ever heard of on McAuliffe anything. Like, he has won boxes and boxes and boxes of cigars.
Boxes.
He's won
15
$1,550 worth of prizes on McAuliffe. In
Wow.
a year. That's a lot of cigars.
That's a lot of cigars. And did you enjoy all of them? Most
So,
of them? Okay.
Anyway,
I love that.
hang
That's
on one
amazing.
second.
Good for you, man.
So this week's McAuliffe Minute, we are going to drag Larry Denton, better known as Big Dick Larry, and we have a trivia question regarding Big Dick Larry.
How'd you get that name?
Well, we used to do video. Anyway, The question is, what high school did Larry graduate from? And so look in the show notes, and you'll be A, B, C, or D, and put the answer. Don't just put A, B, C, or D, okay? I need help.
It's A.
Well, you don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I haven't
You
asked the question
I know.
yet. So we're going to go
E. It's E.
A. There's only 4.
Oh, damn it.
A, B, C, or D.
Damn it.
So the first one,
I got it the first time he said it. I'm not going to say it, but I heard the answer. So I'm going to go online. And so when I answer, okay, and it's Kara, when I answer, you just follow whatever I answer, and then you just put my answer. We'll collaborate together, okay?
gotcha.
It's not cheating. It's called collaboration.
I like it. So here's the choices, people. A is Forest Parkway. B is W.T. Washington. C is Reynolds High School. And D is Forest Park High School. And then E is none of the above.
No. And then F is all of the above.
Okay.
Maybe he transferred and you guys just don't know.
Well, there you go. So anyway, guys, that's the McAuliffe Minute this week. Make sure you look at all of our sponsors in the show notes. They take care of the show, and if you show them support, it's supporting us.
And I will say these cigars are amazing. I've gotten to have
What do you
two.
think about that?
And it's I can't wait to take these home with me.
Good.
Yeah, my
And then-
husband's going to really enjoy these.
Hey, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show this week. Bryant had to go because, he's whipped. And so, anyway, we just have the 4 of us left here at the lounge, and it's time to wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed it. So, until next time,
Keep smoking.
Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails till we meet.